everyone, so today I want to show you this. It's a 6x6 version of the Pop Out Gatefold card that I did in a 5x7. I've done it as a multiple, so with the other one you just had one piece that came across and one piece on this side, but this time I've done it with 3 either side and it opens up like this. So yeah, it's quite cool. It does remind me a bit of a spider. I was going to call it a spider pop out, but I was like, no, let me not say that, because I know people are scared of spiders. So the papers I've used on this is from my Pretty Posies digital pack, which is available on Etsy. This is from Let's Celebrate. It's called Let's Celebrate pad, and this is a first edition pad from DRK Crafts. And then on the inside, the plaid that we have on the inside here, that is from my Easter Extravaganza pack. Then we've got this die, which is a sentiment die, and this one, which is actually a peacock die. These are both from In Love Art Shop. So if you go over there and use my code ICEDImages, that will get you 20% off your order. Yeah, and the whole thing, as you can see, folds flat and it fits in an envelope for a 6x6 card. So let's get into it. Right, so for this card, you're going to need one piece that is 6x12. And you're going to score this at 3 inches and 9 inches. Okay, and then we can put that to one side. And then you're going to need 6 pieces that are 1.5 inches by 7.5 inches. And you're going to score these at 3 inches and 6 inches. So you can do that on all 6 pieces. And then you also need 6 pieces that are like approximately 1 inch by 1 inch. These are 3/4 of an inch by 1.25 inches. But anything, the basic is going to be tabs. So anything you want that will work as a tab will do. And it needs to be about 1 inch high. So this is 1.25 inches. So I'm going to score it halfway along the shortest edge. So obviously if you've got a 1 inch by 1 inch, you just want to score it at 1/2 inch on one of the sides. And you do that with all 6 pieces. Right, so the first piece we folded, which is 6x12, we're just going to make that into a gatefold card. So we're just going to go ahead and fold and burnish our lines. So you end up just with a gatefold card. That can go to one side. And then this piece here, you're going to do at your 3 inch line, you can do a mountain, and then the other one's going to be a valley. So you should end up with 6 pieces that all look like that. So if we bring our main card back in, we want to go ahead and put pattern pieces on the front, on the inside, and on this square here. So you're going to need, in total, you're going to need 1 piece in the middle here that is 5.75 by 5.75. So that's going to go there. Then you're going to need 2 pieces either side, and these are 2.75 by 5.75, and you also need another 2 pieces exactly the same size for the front as well. So I'm going to go ahead now and stick these down. You're also going to need a white piece of card that's 3 inches by 5 inches, and this is going to be what you write your message on. But more than this, this is what we're going to use to attach these onto. Okay, so if we move this out of the way for a second, and if you want to, you can go ahead and just add these flaps straight onto your card, but I think it's going to be a bit easier if we attach them onto the back of this white piece, because then we can kind of get them centered the right place. They're not going to be too high, too low, too out, too whatever. So we're going to take one of our pieces and it's going to go right at the top like that. Okay, and then another piece is going to go on the other side, and you should find that they kind of meet in the middle. If they overlap slightly, then what you want to do is you're going to want to just trim it slightly so you don't end up with a ridge. So you might want to just trim them down. I'm going to put that one on, just bend it over like that, then take this one, and this one goes with a short bit at the back like that, and we'll go over the top like this. So you just need to make sure that your your card isn't too thick, because if you think that's quite wodgy already. So I've used sort of about 200 GSM, I would say. It's approximately that, maybe 220, something like that. So you really do want to go for nothing more than 200, I would say. Otherwise it just gets very thick indeed. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to go ahead now, and I'm going to glue these down. I'm just going to trim these slightly because they are a little bit on the they're a little bit too long. Doesn't matter if it's not, you know, completely level and whatever, just as long as you have, yeah, that's better, because you're going to use the side of that card, that white card, as your guide. Okay, so what you want to do is, if you just take one, I would start with the right hand side first. So start with the right hand side, and then we are going to add some glue or red tape, either, something strong. Glue or red tape onto there, take the white piece, put it on there like that, and just make sure you can fold it over and make sure it's just kind of lines up with the top of the card there like that. And we're going to stick that down. Then we're going to take the next piece, it's facing the other way, and just add some glue onto there like that, and then put this at the back here, and again make sure it lines up along the top and it is snug with that edge. And if you fold them over each time, it just means that then you know it's, you know, you haven't gone over the fold or whatever. So you just want to line them up like that, so then when you open them up you have that classic concertina fold type thing. There is a bit of a gap here, but don't worry about that too much. Yeah, because you're not going to see this piece, it's going to be inside the card. So next we want to take another piece, and this time we're going to put it at the bottom of our white piece of card. And I would definitely advise doing top and bottom and then do the middle one, because then you're going to be able to work out where is central. I would also advise doing this right hand side one first, because that's the way you want it to fold, and you do want them to fold all the same way. If you want to have a go seeing if you can do like the top and bottom folding the same way and the middle one folding the opposite way, you can, but I did try it and I struggled then with A, putting it together, and B, getting it to open. So it kind of needs to be that they all go the same way. There's another variation of this card which I'm thinking about maybe trialing, where you can do opposites, but I haven't actually had a go yet, so stay tuned for that one. That may well come. Now I've forgotten to take that little bit off the back there, so I'm just going to carry on now and finish this middle one off. Okay, so you should end up with that. So each side opens up exactly the same way, like that. Okay, so then we're going to take our card base and we're just going to bring this in, and what we want to do is this wants to go nice and central, left and right and top and bottom. So you should end up with this. So you've got this bit in the middle and these are all popping up from there. Okay, so now you're going to need 12 pieces that are 1 1/4 by 2 3/4, and these are just going to go on these panels here. So on each of these like arms you need to put a panel here, one here and one here. Nothing in the middle, because that's going to be your white piece that you're going to write your message on. And do the same with these. So these 4 on all of them, that's what you need to do. So I'm going to go ahead now and stick all these down. So once you put all your panels on, you end up with a bit what looks like looks a bit like a spider. it's not, but it looks a bit like a spider. One thing I have just realised, which you should really have done, so really you need to leave these front panels, don't put them on just yet, okay, the patterns, because you need to add these little tabs on, and then what you can do is you can hide the tabs underneath your pattern. If you've done really skinny tabs like mine are, it's not going to be such a problem. There's going to be a little bit of a tab there. You're not really going to see it. So it's not too much of an issue, but it is better if you can do that. Right, so on these tabs, I'm just going to go ahead now and add some red tape onto all of these tabs. Right, so we've done all the tape, so now I just need to go ahead and fold and burnish all of my tabs, fold them in half and just burnish them. Right, so we're going to take one of our tabs and take the backing off of one of the sides, and then you're going to line up, fold it in half, line up the folded edge with the edge of your card. So just make sure all of these right hand flaps are all folded just over once, like that. Fold your gatefold door over, and then this is going to go on there like that, and then we're just going to peel the backing off that, and then this is where you need to be careful. Do not just fold that over, leave it back so the sticky side is facing up, and then you want to take this, the rest of your, the second bit of your flap, and fold this over here like that. Okay, so that's where what you want to do, and then we're going to go ahead and continue doing that all the way down that side. So then that means that when you do this, that whole section opens as one piece. Now, I'm going to turn my card around only because I find it easy to work on the right hand side, but you're going to repeat the same on this side. So take all your flaps, fold them all over like that. Then take your right hand door, fold it over, and then you're going to do the same again with your tabs. Now, one thing I would say is I've actually made my tabs a little bit, I've made it out of quite a thick card. So now I have a big wodge of card down this middle section with all the layers. I had a bit of a mistake with my pattern paper as well, so I had to cut out some different pattern paper, which ended up being a lot thicker than I should have done. So yeah, just bear that in mind and make sure that you don't end up with too much, because that is now quite thick and chunky. But anyway, we're going to keep going all the way down. So once you finish, you should end up with that. So you should end up to be open it up like this. You do end up with a little bit of an overlap here. It doesn't bother me too much because obviously that's just how it's going to be in the envelope. When you open it up and you actually stand it up, it'll be stood up like this. So it doesn't, no one's going to know that it overlaps. So that doesn't really offend me so much. Then what we need to do is go ahead, and I'm just going to add this just for you greeting in the middle. And obviously it's up to you what you want to do. If you wanted to, you could maybe put that in the middle there, just for you. It's quite nice there, but I think I'll probably do a birthday, something in there. So I think I might do a just for you here. Yeah, I think we'll probably do that there. So yeah, so then we're just going to go ahead and add that on. Okay, so I decided it looked a bit plain like that. So what I've done is I've cut out two of these from some Dovecraft rainbow mirror card, and I've used this die, which is an In Love Art Shop die, and it's actually a peacock. It's got like a peacock body, but I like this because it kind of looks a bit doily. So I'm going to use that for this, and I'm just going to cut it out, and I just need to trim a little bit more off it. I've tried to trim it so it kind of fits. Oh no, it does fit. There we go. And so that is going to go, one's going to go there and one is going to go there. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to stick it, rather than sticking it to the panel, I'm going to stick it behind these flaps. So I'm going to go ahead now and just do that. So then that's what I've ended up with. So I actually really like that. I think it looks way better. Bit of extra, and then when it's open up, you've got that lovely display. Stands up nicely on your desk. Yeah, I'm pleased with that. Looks good. That die just finished it off, I think, really. Still stays within its 6x6, so it will fit in an envelope for a 6x6 card. So yeah, so there you go. So that's the card for today. So please make sure you like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you never miss a video. And yeah, I'll see you again next time. Bye.